If you dream of winning a millionaire lottery prize and this message reached you, know this: it was not by chance. You are standing in front of a frequency, and your soul recognized it. Maybe you clicked this video out of curiosity, or maybe, deep down, you've been waiting for this moment all along, because there's an exact moment when consciousness awakens, and it understands that luck was never really luck. Winning the lottery is not a stroke of fate. It is the response to a vibration that is deeply aligned with what you desire. The universe doesn't play dice, it reflects. It reflects what you have become on the inside. Those who win are not lucky. They are conscious co-creators, people who understand they create their own reality, and that everything is available to those who choose their destiny with intention. And in this very moment, you are about to be presented with 6 numbers that were not selected by rational thought, but channeled by a man who understood this truth. His name was Joseph, and his story is a mirror of your inner state. Before we dive deeper into this inspiring story, if you feel this message is yours, comment right now. I recognize this sign. I am ready to receive. And while you're at it, subscribe to this channel, understanding that everything shared here is not shallow or ordinary, but profound knowledge with the power to completely transform your financial reality for the rest of your life. Who was Joseph? Joseph was an ordinary man in the eyes of the world, a math teacher at a public school in the outskirts of town. He woke up early, took 2 buses, and taught teenagers who barely listened. He loved teaching, but inside, he felt his light was slowly dimming. Bills never gave him a break. The fridge was more empty than full. And the nights? Oh, the nights were long. Too long for someone carrying so many unfulfilled dreams. But even in the face of all this, and unlike most people in his situation, Joseph never complained. He simply waited. He waited for something to change, for a miracle to happen, for luck to finally knock on his door. Until one day, after yet another loan rejection from the bank, he couldn't take it anymore. He sat down on his living room floor, closed his eyes, and in silence he asked, "What is wrong with me? Why does life seem to flow for others, but everything slips through my fingers?" And then, silence answered, not with words, but with presence. It was as if something within him whispered, "You're trying to receive with the vibration of someone who is already lost. It's not the world that needs to change. It's you." And right there, in the face of desperate questioning, deep knowing arrived, as if his higher self had reached its limit and declared, "Enough, your time has come." From that moment forward, Joseph, inspired from within, began a silent ritual. Every day at 5 a.m., before the world woke up, he would sit in his worn brown armchair, close his eyes, breathe deeply, and dive inward. He would enter a deep state of consciousness where reality was already different. There he was no longer the tired, limited man buried in endless financial pressure. There he was Joseph the abundant, Joseph the peaceful, Joseph who had already won. It didn't matter what the mirror showed. Joseph had learned to see through the eyes of imagination. And the more he persisted, the clearer things became. Images appeared. Sensations intensified. And then, the numbers began to show themselves. The channeling of the numbers. These numbers didn't come from his ordinary mind. They emerged from the same silent source that governs the stars, the tides, and miracles. Joseph began writing them down, not with obsession, but with reverence. Until one day something inside him spoke with clarity and firmness. "Now you are ready. The vibration has been sealed." The revealed numbers. The first number, 7. The next morning during meditation, Joseph saw the number 07 float before him like a symbol of blue light. It was the number of inner calling, of invisible wisdom. 7 said, "Turn inward. Wealth is not what you acquire. It is what you discover in the silence." Joseph understood. 07 is the gateway, the invisible staircase that connects the seen with the eternal. The second number, 21. It came a few days later, while Joseph wept quietly, remembering his late father. 21 appeared like golden light, a number of endings and new beginnings. He understood, before something can be born, something else must die. And so, he made peace with the past, he forgave, and he chose to move forward. 21 wasn't just a number. It was the key to a new era. The third number, 3333, came to him differently, not during meditation, but in a dream. Joseph saw himself surrounded by people, and they all looked at him with gratitude. "You helped us awaken," one of them said. Upon waking, Joseph understood. 33 is the number of mission, of those who don't just want to receive, but to overflow. The fourth number, 12. While having his coffee, Joseph heard on the radio, "Today is the 12th of the month." Immediately, he felt a wave of warmth. 12 is alignment, between thought, emotion, and action. When everything inside you says the same, yes. It was the universe whispering, "You are in harmony, keep going." The fifth number, 48. The number 48 came at the exact moment Joseph made the final payment on a long-standing debt. He smiled, because he knew the harvest has arrived. 48 represents vibrational maturity. It's not about winning through luck. It's about winning because you've become the one who can sustain the prize. The sixth number, 54. The final number appeared like a soft thunder within Joseph's mind. 54. He saw it, he felt it, he accepted it. 54 is rupture. It's the final farewell to the former self, the birth of a new being. "Do not fear the new," the number said, "because the new is already you." The ticket, the prize, the reality. Joseph didn't hesitate. That same week, he went to the lottery and marked 07, 21, 33, 12, 48, 54, not with doubt, but with presence, with the clear awareness that this moment was the beginning of a new era in his life. Days later, the results were announced, and guess what? His ticket had won. $12 million, a number that would change his life forever, without a shadow of a doubt. But the most incredible part wasn't the amount. It was his reaction. He didn't scream. He didn't cry. He wasn't in ecstatic shock. He simply smiled and said, "It was inevitable, because I had already received it before the world delivered it." Now it's your turn. I invite you to take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to feel what is stirring inside of you. This wasn't just a story. It was a mirror, a subtle but powerful reminder that the reality you live externally is only a shadow of what's vibrating within. Life doesn't change from the outside in. It changes when you shift the frequency with which you present yourself to the invisible field. Joseph wasn't guided by luck, nor by logic. He was led by something far deeper, the voice of the divine within. And that voice also lives within you. It speaks when you become still. It reveals when you trust. It leads when you stop forcing. It is in meditation that this voice becomes audible, not through words, but through presence, through a deep inner certainty, even when everything around you feels uncertain. Meditation is not an escape from the world. It's the gateway to the real world, the world where everything already is. There, your higher self, that perfect spark of the source, connects with the quantum field of infinite possibilities. And in that field, there is no chance. There is no maybe. There is only vibrational response to your inner identity. If you see yourself as a failure, the universe answers with obstacles. But when you begin to see yourself as already having received what you desire, physical reality simply follows your command. That's why Joseph won. Not because he was special, but because he became one with what he wanted. He became the channel. He became the vessel. He became the answer. And now perhaps you are at the same turning point. The question isn't, will this work for me? The real question is, am I willing to enter into communion with my higher self, to silence the external noise, to trust the language of the unseen, and become the version of me that has already won? If something ignited inside you, if this message spoke directly to your soul, do not ignore the call. Comment now, with honesty. I hear the voice of the divine and manifest with awareness. And if you felt that this message was meant for you, and you know deep down that this didn't reach you by chance, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to show the world and yourself that your journey to a prosperous and abundant reality is just beginning. This is more than a channel. It is a frequency, a meeting point for those who have already realized that creation begins within. And reality is nothing more than a reflection of being. We are together on this journey of remembering and manifesting, and if your soul recognizes this, you are already on the path. See you in the next video.